Are you constantly haunted by the what-ifs and could-haves? Do you often feel like you're juggling a million things at once, yet accomplishing nothing? It's time for a game changer. In this video, we focus on focus, a tool sharper than a sword, yet elusive as a shadow. By exploring the 5 Stoic Principles, I'll guide you on how to declutter your mind, concentrate on what truly matters, and live in the present. It's not just about doing more, but about being more present, more mindful, more in control. So stick with me till the end, because today we're stepping out of the chaos, taming the whirlwind of distractions, and embracing the art of ultimate focus. Today you begin the journey to become the master of your mind. Are you ready? Absolutely. Today, we are going to delve deeper into the first principle, the principle of present moment. This is perhaps one of the most powerful, yet difficult concepts to fully grasp and incorporate into our lives. Often, our minds are either lingering in the past, reliving moments, replaying conversations, or dwelling on our mistakes. Alternatively, we are in the future, consumed by the what-ifs, the uncertainties, and the endless possibilities. This habit of time travel keeps us from experiencing life as it is and undermines our ability to focus. Imagine you're at a concert. The music is enchanting, the energy around you palpable. But instead of savoring the experience, you're busy recording it on your phone. You believe you're capturing the moment, but are you really living it? Are you really there, feeling the rhythm? Or are you somewhere in the future, imagining sharing the recording with your friends? That's what happens when we're not fully present. We're physically there, but mentally elsewhere. And in the process, we lose the essence of the experience. The principle of the present moment urges us to break free from these temporal shackles, to immerse ourselves in the now. It's about acknowledging that life unfolds in the present. The past is a memory, the future an assumption, but the present is real. Here and now is where we have the power to act, to change, to live. Being present is not just about physical locality. It's about mental and emotional presence too. It's about giving your undivided attention to the task at hand, about wholeheartedly listening when someone is talking, about fully experiencing your emotions rather than suppressing them for later analysis. It's about leading a mindful life. When we live in the present, we improve the quality of our experiences. We become more observant, more appreciative of the simple joys of life. We start to notice the warmth of the sunshine, the coolness of the breeze, the aroma of the coffee, the laughter of a child. We learn to respond rather than react, to understand rather than assume, to live rather than just exist. The Stoics understood the value of the present moment. They believed that by focusing on the present, we also reduce our anxieties and worries. After all, most of our fears and stress arise from either dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future outcomes. But when we confine ourselves to the present, learning from the past and preparing for the future without worrying about it, we find peace and clarity. Incorporating this principle into your life doesn't mean you should never reflect on your past or plan for your future. It means that you should do so in a way that doesn't compromise your present. Remember, the seeds of both the past and future are sown in the present. Make your now count, and the rest will fall into place. So, let's start this journey of mindfulness. Let's embrace the present, for it's the only moment we truly have. The only moment we can live, love, learn, and leave a legacy. Let's make the most of our now, for in the grand orchestra of life, it's the only note we can play with certainty. The principle of control, one of the central tenets of Stoic philosophy, is an incredible tool when it comes to mastering the art of ultimate focus. It encourages us to distinguish between what we can control and what we can't, and to invest our energy wisely. This principle carries a profound wisdom, which, once understood, can be a real game changer in how we live our lives and how effectively we can focus. Let's illustrate this with a common scenario. Suppose you're preparing for an important presentation at work. You've done your research, prepared your slides, rehearsed your speech, but still find yourself enveloped by anxiety. Why? Because you're concerned about things beyond your control. Will the audience appreciate your effort? Will the technology cooperate? Or what if a superior criticizes your work? According to the Stoic principle of control, these concerns, although valid, are unnecessary distractions. They divert your focus from where it should be, on your preparation and delivery, the aspects you can control, the audience's reaction, the functioning of technology, the comments from your superior. These are all external elements not in your control. By worrying about the uncontrollable, you're not just wasting your mental energy but also clouding your focus, reducing your efficiency, and increasing your stress. But what if you channel all this energy into improving your presentation skills, refining your research, and practicing your delivery? That's the essence of the principle of control. Focus on the controllable, accept the uncontrollable. When we apply this principle systematically, we start to realize how much of our time and energy we've been wasting on needless worries. It's like cleaning out a closet that hasn't been organized for years. We get rid of what isn't serving us, making room for what does. What's more, embracing this principle doesn't just enhance our focus, but also fosters peace of mind. As we train ourselves to accept the uncontrollable, we learn to let go of the anxiety attached to it. We get better at dealing with uncertainty, become more resilient, and start to realize that we can handle whatever life throws at us. Think of it as tuning a radio. There are several stations with different kinds of noise. The principle of control is the dial that helps you tune into the station you want, cutting out the surrounding noise. In essence, the Stoic principle of control is a compass that directs our focus towards what truly matters, enabling us to lead a more productive, peaceful, and meaningful life. It's about acknowledging that we cannot steer the wind, but we can adjust the sails. Indeed, mastering this principle might not change the situation you're in, but it will undoubtedly change how you navigate it. So let's stop allowing our fears about the uncontrollable to dilute our focus, and start channeling our energy into what we can change. Let's embrace the Stoic principle of control, and take a step closer towards mastering the art of ultimate focus. The principle of detachment is a powerful ally in our quest for sharpened focus. It's about separating ourselves from the multitude of distractions that constantly bombard us in our hyper-connected world. But what truly is detachment? It's neither indifference nor isolation. It's the art of being amidst everything, yet not letting it invade your mental space. Imagine your mind as a calm, serene lake. Each distraction, whether it's a notification on your phone, a loud noise outside, or even an intrusive thought, is like a stone thrown into this lake. It disturbs the tranquility, causing ripples and disrupting the reflection of the clear blue sky above. Our goal is to preserve this tranquility, to maintain the clarity of this reflection. And that's where detachment comes into play. In the context of Stoicism, detachment doesn't mean to disengage from the world. Rather, it means engaging with it in a way that keeps our internal peace intact. It's about learning to interact with situations, people, and thoughts without allowing them to disrupt our focus. Let's illustrate this with a practical example. Picture yourself working on an important project. The deadline is looming, and you need to give it your all. But your phone is beside you, buzzing with notifications. Emails coming in, social media updates, news alerts. Each of these is a potential distraction, a stone ready to ripple your calm lake. But if you practice the principle of detachment, you can view these notifications for what they truly are, not urgent demands for your attention, but mere pieces of information. By detaching emotionally from them, you maintain your focus on the task at hand. Similarly, consider a situation where you're trying to learn a new skill or hobby. As you progress, you might face challenges that can lead to frustration and divert your focus. However, by practicing detachment, you can view these challenges objectively, not as setbacks but as parts of the learning process. This way, your focus remains undeterred by temporary obstacles. But how do we practice detachment? It begins with mindfulness, being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Recognize when a distraction is attempting to steer you away from your point of focus. Then, consciously choose not to engage with it. It's not about suppressing your thoughts or feelings, but acknowledging them and then letting them pass by, without allowing them to sway your concentration. Practicing detachment doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that gets honed over time with patience and perseverance. But once mastered, it can become a formidable tool in your arsenal, helping you maintain your focus in a world teeming with distractions. Remember, in the grand theater of life, you are the actor, not the puppet. You hold the strings. You can choose which distractions to engage with and which to let pass. So empower yourself with the principle of detachment and step onto the path of enhanced focus and increased productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's delve deeper into the fourth principle, the principle of objectivity. It's as simple as it is profound. See things for what they are, not what you want them to be. This principle is a beacon of clarity in a fog of misconception, a compass in a wilderness of bias and prejudice. We often view life through the prism of our own desires, fears, and past experiences. We unconsciously paint our own colors on the canvas of reality. But my friends, this distortion, although comforting, often keeps us from seeing the true beauty and potential of our world. It holds us captive in a realm of our own making, preventing us from making rational, effective, and fulfilling decisions. Imagine you're wearing glasses with the wrong prescription. What happens? Everything seems blurry, out of focus. You might stumble, miss out on the beautiful details, and even hurt yourself. This is what happens when our perception is clouded by subjective biases. But what if you could correct your vision? What if you could see the world as it really is? Ladies and gentlemen, the Stoic principle of objectivity is that corrective lens. It sharpens your focus, enhances your clarity, and empowers you to navigate life with wisdom and grace. Let's bring it into perspective with an example. Consider a common scenario, a disagreement at your workplace. It's easy to let your emotions take over, to see the situation as a personal attack, to respond defensively. But what if we apply the principle of objectivity here? What if we step back, take off our tinted glasses, and look at the situation objectively? You'll see that it isn't about you. It's about the work, about enhancing productivity, about fostering growth. Your colleague isn't your enemy, but someone who, like you, is striving to do their best. Suddenly, the disagreement is no longer a battle, but an opportunity for improvement, a stepping stone towards excellence. That's the power of objectivity. It breeds understanding, fosters collaboration, and ignites progress. It equips us to face challenges with equanimity, to embrace change with open arms, to grow and evolve. Friends, you hold the power to shape your life, to alter your perception, to embrace objectivity. It won't be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. The journey towards objectivity is a journey towards objectivity is a journey towards liberation. The liberation from unfounded fears, unproductive judgments, unsatisfying outcomes. So, are you ready to broaden your perspective? Are you ready to embrace the principle of objectivity and take a step towards a more focused, more fulfilling life? If you found this helpful and are eager to explore more such principles, please hit that subscribe button. Let's continue this journey together, transforming our lives one Stoic principle at a time. Because remember, the power to change your life resides within you. All you need to do is unlock it. Let's unlock it together. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. The principle of simplicity. It sounds so straightforward, and yet for many, it is one of the most challenging to implement. We live in a world that glorifies busyness and multitasking. We are encouraged to fill our plates until they overflow, striving to do more, to be more, to be more, to acquire more, to be more, to acquire more. We equate busyness with productivity, and sadly, with self-worth. But is this the path to fulfillment, or merely one to fatigue? Stoics teach us the art of simplification, to peel away the unnecessary and to focus on the essence of life. Simplifying doesn't mean removing the important things from your life. It means clearing out the noise that drowns the music. It means getting rid of distractions that are keeping you from focusing on your priorities. How does one achieve this simplicity? It begins with understanding what truly matters to you. Is it chasing a promotion, or is it enjoying your work? Is it having a packed social calendar, or is it having meaningful relationships? Once you've identified what's important to you, the next step is to deliberately and systematically start removing the things that don't align with these priorities. This could mean decluttering your physical space, removing toxic relationships, or even cutting down on tasks that consume your time but don't contribute to your goals. It's like pruning a tree. By cutting away the dead branches, you allow the tree to focus its energy on growing new, robust branches. This principle also applies to our thoughts. How many times have you caught yourself worrying about things that haven't happened? How much mental space do you dedicate to regrets, resentments, or fears? Simplifying your thoughts means focusing on the present, letting go of past mistakes, and not worrying about future uncertainties. Simplicity fosters focus. Imagine you're in a room with a single chair. There's nothing there to distract you. You can focus all your energy on that chair. Now picture that same room crammed with furniture, decorations, and clutter. The chair, albeit still there, loses its prominence. That's what happens when you crowd your life with too many things. Your focus gets scattered and you lose sight of what's truly essential. Embracing simplicity does not mean you have to lead a minimalist lifestyle, renouncing all worldly possessions. It's about creating space in your life for what truly matters. It's about removing the excess so the essential can shine. Remember, life is not a race to see who can do the most. It's a journey, and the goal is not to reach the end as quickly as possible, but to make the journey worthwhile. By practicing the principle of simplicity, you create more room for focus, productivity, and ultimately happiness. You start living a life that is aligned with your values, a life that is truly your own. And isn't that what we all seek?